resound with God's own heart. Oh, let the ancient words impart. Words of life, words of hope, give us strength, help us cope in this world where'er we roam. Ancient words will guide us home. Ancient words ever true, changing me and changing you. We have come with open hearts. Oh, let the ancient words impart. Holy words of our faith, handed down to this age, came to us through sacrifice. Oh, heed the faithful words of Christ. Holy words, long preserved for our walk in this world, they resound with God's own heart. Oh, let the ancient words impart. Ancient words ever true, changing me and changing you. We have come with open hearts. Oh, let the ancient words impart. Ancient words ever. Holy words, long preserved for our walk in this world, they resound with God's own heart.
Daily reflection, Tuesday of the 32nd week in ordinary time. Our reading is coming from the book of Wisdom chapter 2 from verse 23 to 3 up to 9. God created man for incorruption and made him the image of sacrificial burnt offering. He accepted them. In the time of their visitation, they will shine forth and will run like sparks through the stubble. They will govern nations and rule over people, and the Lord will reign over them forever. Those who trust in him
Oh, let the ancient words impart. Holy words of our faith, handed down to this age, came to us through sacrifice. Oh, heed the faithful words of Christ. Holy words, long preserved for our walk in this world, they resound with God's own heart. Oh, let the ancient words impart. Ancient words ever true, changing me.
Reflection today on the Tuesday of the 32nd week of ordinary time. A word of gratitude to our brother Emma, who read for us the first reading. We continue reflecting on the book of wisdom in our first reading, and today we take our reading from chapter 2 and also chapter 3. Of course, some verse reflections, and it is termed as communion through communication. And this always is a communication of our superior delegate within this region of Malawi, Zambia, Uganda, and Kenya. And so one of our former superiors, whenever he wrote to us, sometimes difficult tasks, sometimes just a brotherly greeting and a few communications, he would always end with the unworthy servant. You are unworthy servant. And looking at it now, it takes a different form of light, because he took his responsibility as what he had to do. He always understood that this was what was meant to be, and he took it as a service, as an obligation that he has to perform. When we think of superiors, we may think of people with power and zeal and whatever, but some of these things come out within these communications that we get on from time to time. That aside, today's readings are really an opportunity for us to reflect, especially as we come towards the end of our liturgical year. We're remaining with a few weeks, maybe 2 church changes, there are theology changes, the teaching changes. And you'll hear that even in the scripture, where there were several factions. There was a faction that didn't believe in the life after death. They were still stuck in the old understanding of the people of Israel. And these were Sadducees. And also we had the Pharisees, who believed in angels, who believed in the resurrection, in the life after death. And so the reading comes at a time of the shift, at a time that Israel is understanding that indeed there is life after death. Otherwise, what would be the reward for goodness? What would be the reward for God on those that have been just all their life and have suffered injustice? And so this understanding dawned on them. But also it was the revelation of God, who from time to time continues to manifest himself to us. And so the writer says, God created man for incorruption. Man was meant to be eternal. Man was meant to live in paradise. But through the envy of the devil, then man sinned and lost the opportunity to live in paradise, was expelled from the garden. And so man has to toil, man has to suffer, man has to undergo all different tribulation. But God didn't abandon us to suffering. He offers each and every one of us an opportunity to return to him. But this return is not the same as returning to paradise, but rather we must be sharers. We need each one of us to carry our cross, prove our loyalty and our attachment to God. For God cares for the elect. And the psalm today was very clear for us that it says, the Lord's eyes are on the just. Okay? From the Lord comes the salvation of the just. The eyes of the Lord are always on the just, because they are dear to him. If we are just, if we are faithful, indeed we are dear to God, and God is always there for us. Even in the times of injustice, even in the times that we are carrying our cross, the Lord is always there for us, because the salvation
holy words long preserved for our walk in this world. They resound with God's own heart. Oh, let the ancient words impart words of life, words of hope. Give us strength, help us cope in this world where'er we roam. Ancient words will guide us home. Ancient words ever true, changing me and changing you. We have come